Hi, I'm Dr. Jeniece and I am a sociologist, and I'm going to be your professor this semester. So I thought I should give you a personal welcome to this course. So, just a bit of background about me. I am a sociologist. I'm an applied sociologist. So that means that my focus in sociology has been on research design and methodology, which I know doesn't sound super exciting, but it absolutely is and can be. And so I'm really excited to give you some like scandalous tales as we get into those examples of ethical, violations and naughty research moving forward. Because regardless of what class I'm teaching, they're always there. And before becoming a sociologist, I was just basically, a first generation college student, went into college expecting, to do a major that I knew would lead to a job, like nursing. And then realized, despite my best efforts, that sociology was my area and that it was calling me. The only problem was I had no idea what a sociologist did or could do. Um, and so, for the first time, as I was finishing college, my mentor said, "What about going to grad school?" And I said, "What is grad school?" And so, long story short, I actually went on to get my master's and my PhD at Baylor University just on a whim. I didn't know what else to do. And, being first gen and having a family that had no expectations, I was basically allowed to do anything I wanted without any input. Um, and so I have worked in education for about 18 years now, off and on, including some time working in private practice as a marketing researcher. Um, and I've worked in uh, academic research as well. I have a couple of publications. Um, but most importantly, in teaching and education. And so, um, I taught in Japan and lived in Japan for 3 years. I taught in the United Arab Emirates. I lived there for about 7 years. And so I'm a new transplant to California. Moved here in June of 2023 with my four kids and my husband, straight from the United Arab Emirates. And so I'm still new. I love any tips on places to visit and things that one must do while in California. Um, yeah, I'm excited. Um, so, yeah. So, one of the things that I think is really important is that you know how to get in contact with me. So there are a couple of different ways. Of course, there's email, and you're always welcome to email me using the email address that's on this slide, and that's also in our Canvas module 0 under the visiting hours and communication page. I also use Pronto. And so if you haven't used Pronto before, go take a look. Again, there's a whole section explaining how to use Pronto called Using Pronto and Module 0. But it's basically like a WhatsApp slash like text messaging and video chat um, platform or app that is available through Canvas. And so you don't have to have it on your personal device. It doesn't share your phone number, any of that information with anyone. But you can also download it onto your phone if you're more of a texty person. I like communicating using text and using um, video chat and things like that in less formal ways. And so I really encourage you to use it. And it's a great way to do group work and to talk to each other. And then I also have visiting hours. You might also have heard of these as being described as office hours. And those are typically available via Zoom on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can also use Pronto, right? So I really want to start transitioning folks over to using Pronto versus Zoom. So it's a little more laid back and doesn't, require for good functionality like me to be on my laptop or at a desk. Another thing um, is that in order to book for the visiting hours and just to make sure that there is a set time for you, You can use bookings in order to get an appointment with me during those visiting hours. And of course, if you want to meet outside of those hours as well, we can do that. Just send me an email and we can set up an appointment and a time to meet. Another option is to meet face to face. So the default for my visiting hours with students is virtual, but I love meeting in person. I want you to come to my office. I want you to come visit. I want you to drop by. I have snacks. I have tampons. I have Advil and ibuprofen and things like that. So come visit. But if you want to make an appointment to come during my visiting hours specifically, just let me know, and we can, set up a time to meet at my office, which is in Santa Rosa, in Emeritus 1690 of the Santa Rosa Junior College Emeritus building. So yeah, I can give you more details about that as well. So finally, I just want to leave you with a couple of ideas for how to get started in the course. Once the Canvas module opens up and you can see everything, the first thing you need to do is start with Module 0, getting started and about the course. And there you're going to go through some things that give you details about what to expect in the course, like the syllabus, due dates, assessment policies, what my grading philosophy is like. You'll get some introduction there, a written introduction from me. And if the course has a peer learning assistant, their introduction as well. And then you get more information about specifics regarding like the technology and the materials that are necessary for the course, how to use those things as well, and some more general things like integrity in my courses, how I expect you to speak to me and others. Like, for example, that I want you to call me by my preferred name for students, which is Dr. Jeniece or Dr. Lusk or Professor Jeniece or Professor Lusk, and that I also want to respect your preferred name as well as your pronouns, right? I probably should have mentioned that my pronouns are she, her. So yeah. And then some tips and things like that. So get started with that stuff. Once you get done with Module 0 and you've done everything there, and completed those things, you'll notice that the first actual like academic text module will be available. And so you got to get through those prerequisites first of Module 0 before you move on to Module 1. So again, welcome, thanks, and I look forward to meeting you.